Welcome back, everyone. This is Yvonne Davis and David Steele. We're accredited facilitators with Rocky Mountain Compassionate Communication Network. And you are joining us for Unleash Your Creativity, a blending of The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron and Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg. So we're in week 9, recovering a sense of compassion. And David's going to talk about anger. You want to push something.
Wow, what sort of subliminal sort of message was there that invoked a chuckle in you and everything?
Because I think we don't need to be so damn serious all the time, you know? Where our last video is so serious. We need to bring some levity and fun in here.
Oh. Well, golly gee, you know, thanks for like giving me no notice. Now everything I was going to talk about doesn't apply. You didn't tell me there had to be levity in this thing, you know. It's like just freaking tricking me off guard. You never, I mean, you know, all I want is some consistency and clarity. You just don't deliver it, man. You just like freaking constantly are undercutting me.
No, you're the one who's undercutting me.
How the hell do you figure that? You know?
What about last week? Remember what you did last week? And I got really angry.
Oh, man. You know, I plead Alzheimer's. I have no idea what you're talking about. That's not true. Yes, you got very, 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 very angry. And I'm just trying. I'm sorry. I am just trying to reconcile your playfulness with how I was going to talk about it originally, because I love playfulness. We did a whole video where the playfulness got out of hand. And I got into trouble. Someone got angry with me. And perhaps I was a bit obnoxious. It wasn't easy to confess that. Okay. I'm centering with myself, so I do that a lot. I listen to my body and bring it into awareness and what's going on with it. Because it really helps me figure out what to say next, because these things are all unrehearsed. Not necessarily undiscussed, but unrehearsed. There's no script. So, you know what? When we feel compassion, it lifts a burden off of us. And we become light.
Yes. And
it's way easier to be playful. So I'm totally like want to resonate with your playfulness. So what I was thinking about talking about, what I did to you last week is no longer alive for me, because you just did it again. I don't know where I stand. You know, I had this whole thing in place that I was going to do, and you come along and you freaking get playful on me, and all of a sudden, like, the energy is gone. How the hell am I going to be angry at you if you're going to be playful with me? I mean, I want to be angry at you because then I get to be right. Okay, and well, being playful is fun. Why am I like all anxious when I say being playful is fun? But being playful is fun. I think the reason I'm anxious about it is because over the years that we've known each other, playfulness has not been a huge part of it until recently. You, in my opinion, you're way more playful than you used to be.
Hmm.
And I'm like, it's a new paradigm for me. I'm having to hang out with the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all your fault for changing and transforming. Here I thought I knew who you were.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're turning out to be something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not really. You're still you. But so I think we should talk about creativity and the unknown.
Okay.
And so when we sat down in this moment, and Yvonne got playful with me, it totally caught me by surprise. And I didn't know it was going to happen. It just emerged. It came out of the unknown, but it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so much fun that what I was going to talk about before, just like totally, I couldn't get back to it. I couldn't be authentic with it. I could have gone back and said, okay, we got to follow the plan. This is what we were going to do. And we're going to do that no matter what. But it wouldn't have been authentic, and it would have been a mediocre video if I'd done that. So one thing that Don Juan Matisse says, as reported by Carlos Castaneda, is that when humans are met with the unknown, they feel a vigor and an excitement, because we love challenge. We love to figure stuff out. We love the unexpected. If you go to a movie and you are able to predict everything that happens in the plot, you don't enjoy the movie. The movies that really, in my experience anyhow, the movies that really captivate us are stuff that introduce us to something we didn't expect, or something new, or something deep, rather than just rehashing what I already know.
Right.
And so playfulness is light. Playfulness is light. There's a famous, I think it was a theologian, whoever. Theologian. I knew I was missing a symbol there somewhere. Syllable. Theologian. His name was B.K. Chesterton. And he said, angels can fly because they take themselves lightly. And Don Juan talks about controlled folly, that much of our behavior is actually ridiculous, so we might as well just enjoy the ridiculousness of it.
Yes.
And just get on with it.
Yeah.
So, and also playfulness is incredibly creative. When you play, you don't know what you're going to do next. You're so much fun. Having fun in the moment is so natural and so easy, and you don't know what's going to happen next. But if you try to have fun, oh man, what do you want to do? Oh, I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. Oh, there's nothing to do. I don't know. We've done that. But, I've been in those kind of situations. I hate it because everything seems old and stale. So we're invigorated by newness. We're invigorated by playfulness. And so where this ties into compassion is when we're compassionate, it takes a burden off of us. There's less weight, so we are lighter. We don't take ourselves so seriously. And so we're able to be more playful. Yeah. And not too worried about screwing up, even if we have screwed up. Please, I'm sorry if I screwed up. Okay, I've said way too much. Your turn.
All right, so this chapter is on compassion. And of course, the whole program is about opening up to the flow of creativity. So I think you said it really well, that when we're attached to being right, like I know how it is and I'm right and that's the way it's got to be, then we're hardened and we put up a wall and we can't open ourselves up to, hey, what did this other person, like what was going on for them? Like even when we did have that little tiff last week, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, that I was angry. We really, in NVC, we really want to embrace everything. And so it's okay that I got angry, and I expressed what was going on for me, what I liked, what I didn't like, what I wanted, what I hoped for, and what I was feeling. And I really wanted to be heard, but you were really wanting to be heard too. There was something in you that really wanted to be heard. And so that's where we're kind of bumping heads, is that I wanted to be heard and you wanted to be heard. And finally, just because we wouldn't give up, because we had the trust there in our relationship and a commitment to a shared reality, we just kept working at it and working at it until finally I was able to hear you and you were able to hear me, and then there was the opening and the softening. And I think that's where the creativity comes in.
Well, I would say that it was not only that I was able to hear you and that you were able to hear me. It was that I was able to hear you and you had confidence that you were heard by me. And you were able to hear me, and I can't tell you the relaxation and the ease that entered my body when I realized that my voice was finally heard and you got where I was coming from. And much of my anxiety was coming from the fact that I was telling myself a story about you carrying around a misconception in your head about me that was really disturbing, and I didn't want that misconception to be there.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to be able to express my side.
Yeah.
And once that happened, it was all better.
Yeah. And also, you know, like the way I feel is different because I feel like I like to use the word soft, but I know, you know, that triggers some people because I think that means weak. But for me, that's what it was. It was like a softening and an opening, you know, like I'm open, and so I could experience the fullness of who you are, and that it was your need to have your intentions seen.
Yes, and there's one other thing, and then I want to report a synchronicity.
Okay.
So the other thing was that neither one of us went away.
Right.
We continued to stay present.
Exactly.
And that was a really key part.
Yeah. Even though I want to be clear though, because when we talked on the phone and I shared with you that I was angry.
Yes. And
because I was so triggered, you know, I couldn't like calm down.
Right.
And so you said, I don't think, like we both decided, well, maybe this isn't a good time to continue this conversation. We'll talk tomorrow. Right. And so we got off the phone, both got a good night's sleep. The next day we were both busy, and then we reconnected in our class that we were teaching together. Right. And what was so nice was that we just treated each other the same way we always treat each other. It wasn't like, you know, I'm gonna like pout and say, you know, you didn't meet my needs, you know, and you weren't gonna put up a wall and pout either, you know. And,
or subversively punish you for being yourself. Right.
And so there was a joy in that trust and in that friendship. And and knowing that we're both committed to this relationship. We're both committed to achieving a shared reality. So we just kept working at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, so, you know, it's kind of interesting because this chapter this week is on compassion. And although we haven't talked as much about, like, how does it relate to creativity and artistic expression and playfulness and all of this thing, but to me, it's like I can really see how necessary compassion is to creativity, you know. For me, it's that opening, you know, that willingness to be open to things that I don't necessarily know at this moment. I'm not sure about, you know, but if I have a trust that if I'm willing to open and listen and be compassionate both toward myself and toward others, that solutions will present themselves. And to me, that's what creativity is. That's why compassion towards self and toward others is so essential to creativity.
Mhm.
Anything else you want to add?
No, but I want to report my synchronicity.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So when we were doing the last video and talking a little bit about cultural stuff and politics, the thought crossed my mind, boy, it's been a long time since we've done something playful in one of our videos.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't say anything about it. I was just like, wow, you know, we haven't done something playful in a long time. And then so we sit down and do this video and you start out playful, like right out of the chute.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of amazing. Whoa, can you believe it? Holy.
Yeah, it's fascinating. That's why I love this program, because of the fact that it's 12 weeks. It's like she just keeps pushing you and pushing you and pushing you. You know, you think, oh, I'm done. I can't do anymore. And yet there's so much more. I bet we could go even longer than 12 weeks. But whew, this program wears you out, doesn't it?
I don't feel pushed.
Okay.
I feel pulled,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like drawn out, coaxed out, rather than shoved through.
Yeah.
Of course, I've never given birth. I'm a guy, so maybe there's something to the pushing out and giving birth that's part of the creative process too.
Yeah.
But for me, it's kind of an allure.
It stretches you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I have been stretched.
Me too. All right. Well, is that good for today?
Yes.
Okay.
That was good for today.
All right. Okay. So as usual, I want to thank everybody for subscribing. It's so wonderful to see this channel growing, and we're building a community. And all the people who click like to these videos and sharing on your social media and with your friends and family, and all the comments that people are leaving is just so wonderful and so nourishing. So I really want to say thank you. And having said all that, we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.